Welcome to Build Your Arsenal. Is the Ruger Wrangler the Metrosexual cowboy gun? It does come in a variety of colors to coordinate with your outfits, from black cherry, crush orchid, midnight bronze, stone gray, plum brown, cobalt, burnt bronze, silver, and tungsten, to your boring, manly, just plain old black. Let's take a look at the single action revolver and find out if it's more than just a cowboy gun for metrosexuals. So what comes in the box? You get your paperwork, manual, and your revolver. In this case, mine came with a Ruger leather holster as a special package deal, but it normally is not included. Single action revolvers are more known as being cowboy guns than a firearm for the metrosexual, but Ruger really attempts to appeal to modern shooters, even if that includes metrosexuals, with the Wrangler. Besides coming in several different colors of Cerakote finishes that provide a rugged and durable finish, the Ruger Wrangler allows you to get your hands on a Ruger single-action revolver for a very affordable price. It retails at $269 at the time of this video, but they can be purchased easily for less than $200. That's much less than the Ruger Bearcat that has an MSRP of $769. The Wrangler is in 22 long rifles, so you can use 22 long rifle, long, or short, and it's a single 6. That is a single action with a capacity of 6 rounds. It uses aluminum alloy for its cylinder frame, and the trigger and hammer are metal injection molded, or otherwise known as things that keep the price down. It does have heft at 30 ounces, but it's well balanced. Feels decent in the hand and has checkered synthetic grips on a single 6 pattern grip frame. Considering what it is, the fit and finish are very good, and it's definitely a more modern look for a revolver, but it really does look nice in my opinion. There's no real complaints here. The rear sight is simply an integral notch that runs the length of the top strap, and the front sight is a plain black blade. Simple fixed, non-adjustable sight setup here. With that said, mine has been very accurate. The manual says it's factory set to be on target at 15 yards. The trigger, it's surprisingly good for sub $300. It's about a 3 to 5 pound wide, smooth-faced, nice, crisp trigger with a clean light break. There's a lot of safety here with the Ruger Wrangler, which is good in that the gun won't go bang when you don't want it to, but it will instill some bad habits if you upgrade to a traditional single-action army revolver and don't know what you're doing. You have a transfer bar which allows the gun to fire only when the trigger is pulled, which raises the transfer bar. The hammer can drop or rest on a live cartridge, and as long as the trigger isn't pulled, the gun won't fire. So you only have 2 hammer positions, cocked and all the way forward with the Ruger Wrangler. Disassembly is very easy. Make sure the revolver is unloaded, press in on the base pin latch on the left side of the revolver and pull the base pin out. Then you can remove the cylinder from the loading gate side of the frame. To reassemble, just do the reverse. Put the cylinder in, close the loading gate. That makes it easier to put the base pin back in. Reinsert the base pin and be certain it's fully seated and locked into position. The Wrangler was 100% reliable for me. It didn't matter what ammo I ran through it. Just get the cheapest 22 you can find and have fun. The loading gate is a little stiff to manipulate, but I really didn't have any major issues this way. Part of the reason for this is that the loading gate cams the cylinder latch down to let the cylinder rotate. If you have problems, I did notice that mine improved with use. Another tip that might save you some frustration when loading and firing the Wrangler: once you load the chambers and close the loading gate, rotate the cylinder until the cylinder latch drops into a stop notch, then you can cock the hammer and fire the revolver. So, the big question is, can this revolver turn the metrosexual into a cowboy? I guess it depends on which color you pick. For beginners, this is one of those firearms where there's lots of satisfaction, fun, and confidence building to be gained. For those not new to firearms or maybe just new to revolvers, this forces you to slow down a bit, focus on the fundamentals, and of course see how fast you can run it and still hit your target. Lastly, the Ruger Wrangler lets you try out a Ruger single-action revolver and not break the bank. And that's why it's in my arsenal. Thanks for watching Build Your Arsenal, and see you next time.